She said softly, "I see you more like a brother." I smiled. Good brothers don't pay for dinner. I left the bill on the table and walked out, leaving her frozen in confusion. The next morning I woke up to 50 missed calls, from her and the restaurant. The restaurant lights were soft and golden, glinting off the rim of her wine glass as she laughed at something small I said. For a moment I thought this was it. The night she'd finally see me the way I saw her. I'd taken her out more times than I could count. Fancy dinners, small gifts, long drives where she played her favorite songs and smiled like she meant it. Every thank you felt like a promise. So when dessert came and my heart was pounding loud enough to drown out the jazz music, I said it. "I really like you," I told her. "I think we'd be great together." She blinked once, then smiled. The kind of soft smile that kills hope slowly. "You're such a great guy," she said gently. "But I see you more like a brother." For a second, I just stared at her. Then I smiled back. "Good," I said, sliding my card toward the waiter. Brothers split the bill. I paid for my part, left the rest of the check on the table, and walked out. The next morning, I woke up to 50 missed calls, from her and from the restaurant. I'm 28, work in IT, and honestly, I'm not great at reading people. I don't date much, not because I don't want to, but because I usually assume no one's interested. So when she started showing up in my life more and more, I thought maybe, just maybe, things were finally different. Her name's Lily. We met through mutual friends at a weekend barbecue. She was the kind of person everyone noticed without trying. Not flashy, just present. Bright eyes, warm laugh, knew how to keep a conversation alive. When she asked for my number, I remember thinking, no way this is happening. At first, it was casual texts, memes, work complaints, late night, "You up?" jokes. Then came coffee runs, movie nights, and "Hey, I'm starving, wanna grab dinner?" Then somehow I was always the one paying. It didn't bother me at first. She'd say things like, "Next time's on me," or "You're seriously the nicest guy ever." I took that as a sign she appreciated me. She never said no when I invited her somewhere. She never pushed me away when I leaned in a little emotionally. In my head, that meant something. When she wanted to go to that rooftop sushi place that costs half a paycheck per plate, I said yes without thinking. She ordered the premium set, plus cocktails with names longer than the menu. I just smiled. I told myself, she's not using you. She just feels comfortable with you. Besides, every time I dropped her off, she'd hug me. Not a friendly tap on the back hug, but one of those soft, lingering ones. It was enough to keep the hope alive. Over time, the pattern settled in. She'd say, "You don't mind grabbing me coffee, right? I forgot my wallet again." Or, "You're amazing, can you order that skincare set for me? I'll pay you back later." Later never came, but I convinced myself it didn't matter. She was single, funny, and genuinely seemed to enjoy spending time with me. I thought we were just taking it slow. Everyone told me to shoot my shot, but I wanted to wait until it felt right. Then last month she texted, "We should celebrate." I finally finished that project, and I saw my opening. Her dinner to celebrate her win, her favorite restaurant my treat, one more chance to show I cared. I even got her a small box of chocolate truffles she once mentioned loving. She smiled when I handed it to her, saying, "You remember everything I say. You're the best." That smile sealed it for me. I decided that night would be the one. The moment I'd finally tell her how I felt. No more guessing, no more half measures. As I sat across from her under the restaurant's golden lights, I wasn't nervous. I was ready. Because I believed truly that she'd been giving me signs. The long texts, the shared playlists, the way she'd lean in and laugh, touch my arm, all of it. Maybe it wasn't love yet, but it was something. And that something was worth the risk. The night started perfectly. The restaurant was one of those dimly lit places where everything glowed in amber, and soft jazz played from hidden speakers. The kind of place where you talk quieter without realizing it. She arrived 10 minutes late, breezy and beautiful in that effortless way she had, hair half up, a silky dress that looked expensive, and perfume I'd smelled on her before. It was the kind of scent that makes you forget what you were about to say. "Sorry. Parking was a nightmare," she said, sliding into her seat with a laugh. "No worries," I smiled. "I ordered your favorite drink already," she beamed. "You remembered. You really are the best." The words hit like warmth. They always did. The waiter came. She didn't even look at the menu. She already knew what she wanted. I'll have the ribeye medium rare, and the truffle mashed potatoes. Oh, and let's get the red wine, the bottle one, not the glass. She turned to me. You good with that? I nodded, pretending not to notice the total already climbing in my head. $200. Maybe a bit more, but tonight wasn't about money. Tonight was about her. Dinner flowed easily. She told stories about work, about her crazy co-workers, about how she was so tired of dating guys who just didn't get her. Each time I thought, maybe I do. Maybe that's the difference. When dessert came, I finally did it. My heart was pounding, but my voice came out calm. Hey, I wanted to say something. She looked up from her chocolate fondant, spoon midair. What's up? I really like you, Lily. I mean, more than just as friends. I felt this way for a while, and I thought maybe you felt the same. Silence. Just the soft hum of music, and her eyes blinking twice before she smiled. That slow, practiced, gentle smile people use when they're about to say something that stings. You're such a great guy, she said softly. Really, you're one of my closest friends. I nodded, waiting, hoping there was a but that would swing things back around. Then it came, just not the way I'd hoped. But I see you more like a brother. It was almost kind, almost, for a few seconds. I just sat there, staring at the half-empty wine glass, the dim candlelight flickering between us. Something inside me clicked. Not anger, not even heartbreak, just realization. The pattern made sense now. The dinners, the forgot my wallet jokes, the endless next times on me. She never saw me as someone to love, just someone to lean on. I smiled, calm and quiet. Good, I said. Her brow furrowed. Good. I nodded, signaling to the waiter. Yeah, brothers split the bill. The waiter arrived, polite smile in place. Will this be together or separate? Separate, I said before she could answer. He nodded and walked off. Lily looked stunned. Wait, you're serious? Of course. You said I'm like a brother, right? Brothers don't pay for dinner dates. She laughed, awkward and a little sharp. Come on, don't be like that, I shrugged. I'm not being like anything. I'm just paying for what I ordered. The check came. I paid my half, $85 tip included, left the cash under the receipt and stood up. Have a good night, Lily. She blinked, confused. You're just leaving? Yeah, I said, giving her a polite smile. Guess I'll see you around, sis. And I walked out. No shouting, no drama. Just the quiet sound of my shoes on the floor and the low murmur of other diners turning to look. Outside, the air was cold. I took a deep breath, hands in my pockets, and walked home. I thought I'd feel awful, regretful maybe, but instead I felt calm, like I'd finally stepped out of a story I wasn't supposed to be in. By the time I got home, I had a single text from her. Seriously? You just left me there? I didn't reply. I showered, scrolled through my phone, and went to bed. Then sometime around 2 a.m., my phone started buzzing, repeatedly. By morning, I had over 50 missed calls, half from her, half from an unknown number that turned out to be the restaurant. That's when I realized something must have gone down after I left. According to the restaurant manager, and later the internet, everything started falling apart about 5 minutes after I left. At first, she just sat there, probably thinking I was kidding. She scrolled through her phone, adjusted her hair in the reflection of the wine glass, and waited. But 10 minutes passed, then 15. Finally, the waiter came back, holding the check politely. Will your guest be returning, miss? She blinked. Oh, he just stepped out. He's paying, I think. The waiter gave a sympathetic smile. Actually, he already settled his half. The remaining balance is... He turned the receipt toward her. $214.36. Her smile froze. Wait, what? He didn't pay for mine. No, ma'am. Just his entree and his drink. The color drained from her face. She fumbled through her purse, pretending to search for something that wasn't there. She had maybe $30 in cash, no card. The waiter waited politely, but the silence stretched. Could I, pay later? He's my friend, he'll come back, she stammered. I'm afraid we don't allow tabs, miss, the waiter said softly. Would you like to call someone? She tried me first, then again, and again. By the 10th call, she was starting to panic. The manager came over. Voice calm but firm. Ma'am, if you can't settle the bill, we'll have to involve security. That's when the real show started. The couple sitting 2 tables away, young, mid-20s, phone already in hand, began whispering, smirking, recording. Someone else muttered, Guess the brother left her hanging. She turned red. Stop recording. It's not what it looks like. But of course it was what it looked like. A woman dressed to impress, sitting alone at a table stacked with empty wine glasses, being told by a manager she couldn't pay a $200 check. Within hours, that clip hit TikTok. The caption: "Girl calls her date just a brother. He lets her pay like one. They brother zone, way karma served." It spread like wildfire. Thousands of comments flooded in. Bro just unlocked the highest level of self-respect. She ordered $200 worth of delusion. Imagine getting friend-zoned and making him pay for it. By noon, I started getting texts from friends. "Bro, is this you?" They sent screenshots of the video. Even blurred, I recognized her immediately. The dress, the hair, the panic, and honestly, I didn't feel proud exactly. Just validated. It wasn't revenge. I didn't plan it. I just paid my share and left. But life, or the internet, decided to make it poetic. Later that day, she finally got through to me. I didn't answer, but she left a long string of messages. "I can't believe you actually left me there." They posted a video. "I'm humiliated. You could have at least helped me out. I didn't bring cash. You're such an ass." Then finally, "I didn't mean what I said, okay? You're more than a brother, obviously. I was just scared to ruin our friendship." I stared at that one for a long time. It felt less like a confession and more like damage control, so I didn't reply. Not out of spite, just peace. Because the truth was simple. If she'd really seen me as more than a brother, she wouldn't have treated me like an ATM. The irony was almost poetic. She'd spent months acting like I was invisible, and now the whole internet could see her. By evening, the video had over 1.2 million views. Someone even added slow-mo music and the caption, "Karma served medium rare, 214,036. And honestly, I couldn't have written it better myself. 2 days passed before I finally picked up her call. Her voice came through immediately, high-pitched, breathless, somewhere between angry and desperate. "Do you have any idea what I've been through? That video's everywhere. I can't even open my social media without people calling me Miss Brotherzone." I stayed quiet, letting her vent. "You could have told them it wasn't like that," she continued. "You could have explained. Now everyone thinks I used you." I took a slow breath. "Did you?" Silence. "What? Use me?" She scoffed, half laughing, half defensive. "Oh my God, you're being dramatic. We were friends. I thought you understood that." "Friends don't let friends pay for all their dinners and gifts," I said evenly. "And they don't say you're like a brother, after taking every kindness like it's owed." She went quiet again. For once, no quick comeback. "I didn't think it mattered," she said finally, her voice smaller now. "You're just generous. I thought you enjoyed it." I almost laughed. "You thought I enjoyed being the wallet. That's not what I meant." She snapped. "You're twisting everything. You made me look bad." "No," I said softly. "You made choices. I just stopped paying for them." There was a pause, long, heavy. "So that's it?" she whispered. "You're really done." "I was done the second you called me your brother," I said. That told me exactly where I stood. She exhaled shakily. "You didn't have to embarrass me." "I didn't," I replied. "The truth just caught up faster than you expected, and that was it." She hung up. No dramatic goodbye, no apology that sounded real. Just the empty click of the line ending. A few weeks passed. The video slowly disappeared from people's feeds, replaced by new scandals, new stories. But I kept getting messages. Guys saying they'd been through the same thing. Some joked, some thanked me. A few said I gave them courage to stop chasing people who saw them as convenient, not special. I didn't feel like a hero, just relieved. Relieved that I'd finally stopped mistaking attention for affection. One of my friends asked me over drinks, "So you regret it?" I thought about it. The dinners, the late nights, the hope, the humiliation she must have felt in that restaurant, and I said, "No, I just paid my share." Both of us did. One in cash, one in consequences. He laughed. "That's cold." "No," I smiled. "That's fair." That night I went home and deleted our old photos, our texts, even her number. Not out of anger, just closure. Because sometimes, walking away quietly is the loudest thing you can do. A week later, I went back to that same restaurant, not to relive the moment, but to remind myself it was real. Same soft lighting, same table near the window, different peace inside me. I watched other couples talking, laughing, splitting fries and bills and stories, and I realized something simple. Love doesn't keep score, but respect always balances out. If someone truly values you, you never have to earn their affection with favors, gifts, or constant generosity. You don't have to buy your place in their life. Because people who genuinely care, they meet you halfway. Maybe she'll remember that night every time she looks at a restaurant check. Maybe I will too, but for different reasons. Sometimes walking away isn't about revenge. Here it's about teaching yourself that you deserve mutual effort, not crumbs wrapped in compliments. And if someone ever tells you, "I see you as a brother," ask yourself, do they treat you like family, or just like a free meal? If you confessed your feelings and they friend-zoned you after letting you pay for everything, would you stay, or would you finally split the bill and walk away?